Hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Matters, a webcast from Kaspersky Lab. I have a special guest with me here today, the CEO, Chief Operating Officer of Kaspersky Lab, Mr. Eugene Buyakin. Welcome to the show, Mr. Buyakin.
Thank you very much, Fran.
Let me start right off the bat by asking, we're seeing a lot of news articles, a lot of big headlines around targeted attacks against businesses. Has that changed the company's mindset in terms of what kinds of technologies you want to be investing in? Is it any different from previous investments, say in consumer type technologies versus investing now in technologies to protect businesses? Has there been a change, or is there more or less?
Okay, well, at the higher level, actually, our investment strategy is dependent on the kind of company's life cycle. So we started with anti-malware as a core, as a foundation of our business. And from that point, from anti-malware technologies, from anti-malware solutions, we want to expand into adjacent markets. So it does depend on the evolution of threats, and specifically on targeted attacks, but it more depends on the logic of development of the company itself. So the company is getting bigger, we have more resources, more experience, and now we can kind of expand into other areas.
But anti-malware is still the core of what the
Yes.
company does. And when you think of expansion, can you talk a little bit about some technology segments that you may be going in the midterm?
I would call it two dimensions. So on the one hand, we want kind of to expand the scope of protection that Kaspersky is providing to its customers. It includes things like encryption and DLP, or in the longer term future, security management, IT operations, things like those markets have obvious synergy with anti-malware protection, and that's where we think we can provide good solutions based on our current core expertise.
Right.
That's one direction. And on the other direction, we invest a lot, and this is the core of Kaspersky, we invest a lot in development of new technologies, providing deeper level of protection. It's still in anti-malware area, just new technologies, again, because of the evolution of threats and because the threats are getting more sophisticated.
Even within the anti-malware core, there's an evolution happening there as well, especially, let's talk a little bit about mobile. Mobile security becomes a big issue now with the growth of Android and the growth of threats targeting those platforms. Even within your anti-malware core, are you investing in, what are some of the areas within there that you're
Absolutely. Well, you know, still the largest market, the largest demand that exists for traditional PC-based security solutions, PC-based anti-malware. But we think that in the future, mobile devices and mobile security will be the area of growth. The problem is, and the challenge for us, not only for us, but for the entire industry, is the lack of awareness of the general public, of the users, about mobile threats. So people kind of get used to have antivirus on their PCs, but they don't think about antivirus.
But it's inevitable though. With the way we're charting the threats and how the threats are growing, it's inevitable that you'll see some sort of the mindset change.
It's very likely.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the business. Kaspersky has historically been built around core technology and then more along the lines of a consumer security company. Publicly, not much is known about your business strategy in terms of targeting enterprises, whether it's small, medium-sized enterprises up to bigger companies. Talk a little bit about how the evolution of the company from just a technology licensing company to consumer to businesses. And are you still, is consumer still bigger than the business segment, or is it changed?
Okay. Well, you know, Kaspersky is well known as a consumer brand, but it's because we are very successful as a consumer brand. In reality, if you look at the revenue mix at Kaspersky between consumer and corporate business in anti-malware area and some of other competitors, Kaspersky is more corporate oriented company than some of other competitors. Actually, even the market leader has a bigger portion of consumer business in anti-malware. But speaking about the evolution, you're right, we deliberately developed consumer business first because for us it was, well, we thought that we need to establish our brand to create a strong presence in different countries, to become known to the general public, to the end users, and based on this we want to develop corporate business. And I think we are in a unique position. Not so many, or actually just maybe one or two vendors in this area equally focused on corporate and consumer business. And we think there is a lot of again, synergy between consumer and corporate business, especially because of consumerization of IT. Right. I think consumer business and our large market share in the consumer space will help us to develop corporate business. And this is the very right time for us, very good moment for us to be more active in the corporate space.
One question that always pops up as it relates to the antivirus industry, and as we are discussing market share and business issues, is the issue of free antivirus, availability of free products from Microsoft, from even competitors of Kaspersky. How does that affect your thinking as it relates to the business, and how does free antivirus, the availability of free antivirus, affect the industry as a whole?
Well, first of all, it's not a new phenomenon. Well, free antivirus exists for many years. And there is no actually dramatic changes in how free antivirus competes against normal antiviruses. We believe that there is no such thing as a free antivirus. If you want to get the real protection, the real security, in some form you have to pay for it, because it's very expensive technology. You cannot develop it just based on small resources. Only a few companies actually can afford development of the true security, true technology that can actually protect customers. Actually, at the same time, free antivirus is a very cyclical phenomenon. So in some countries, we see that the share of free antivirus is increasing, not dramatically again, but there is noticeable increase. In some countries, it's decreasing actually, like in the United States, for example, in 2010 compared to 2009. The only exception is China, where in 2010 we saw the real explosion of, it's not really free antivirus, it's a different,
unpaid antivirus.
Free antivirus, it's actually just a different business model, right. And so the customers pay for it just in form of seeing advertising or getting paid searches.
Right. Kaspersky is a private company, a rather successful private company that's profitable. Where are areas of investment? Where are you looking to invest this money? Are we likely to see some acquisitions? Are you investing more along the lines of R&D? Where are you looking to spend this money?
In general, we have two major directions where we're going to invest. First of all, it's R&D and development of new technologies. Not necessarily in-house. We're considering different strategies in how we will expand our R&D capabilities and our technological portfolio. But we're still focused primarily on in-house development, because that's the core of Kaspersky, that's the strength of Kaspersky. And the second area, it's the brand development. So we believe that the brand is extremely important in this industry, and we invest a lot of resources in development of our brand. And that's not going to change in the future. That's our two major areas.
Thank you very much, Eugene. Thank you very much for appearing on the webcast. And thank you for watching another edition of Lab Matters, a webcast from Kaspersky Lab. You can see some other webcasts from our team of anti-malware experts at youtube.com/Kaspersky. Thank you.